Hi friends! So, here's a book on hauling. The thing is, I already took them all out and reorganized everything because I didn't really think that I would unhaul so many books because I don't think I have that many books. Those are not the only ones that I have, like I have them scattered around in my room everywhere. But yeah, that's my main bookshelf. I already took them all out because, as I said, I didn't think that there were so many books. And I am usually someone I love, watching people go through each shelf and take out the books and why they take them out and want to unhaul them and stuff. So I didn't want to, stage it, put them all back and get them all out. Because I don't want this to be fake. But I was like, you know what? I have so many books that I want to unhaul. Let me talk about it. And here we are. So they are all here scattered behind me on my bed. So if I'm always doing this or looking down, it's because of that. Yeah, so let's get started, I would say, right? So the first book that I have is The Night and the Moth. I unhauled this. If you watched my other video, my unhaul, read it or unhaul it video, you already know why I unhauled this, but I even have the Fairy Loot edition. Let me show you. And papers. Yeah, so I read this, and this is my first book of this author. I have not read I think it's the Shepherd's King, but I'm not sure. Like the One Dark Window series, I haven't read that yet. I have it on my Kindle though, so I'm planning on doing that. With this book, I had a great time, I have to say. I loved the chemistry between the characters and everything. Her writing style, I really loved it. It's so imagery and descriptive. I really love that. I also love the world and the atmosphere in this book. What I did not like so much was this was a pretty mid book. Like, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't super good because, first of all, where are we getting our obsession from? Like, the male main character is so obsessed with our female main character, and I don't get why. Like, give us something, There's literally no actual story behind it or reasoning behind it. As of right now, for the first book, I know this is gonna get a second book. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read that yet. Because, and this is my second reason, the quest that our group goes on, or the quests that our group goes on, isn't really high stakes. Like, this, while reading it, feels like a high stake fantasy romance novel. But all of the difficulties are solved right away, and you don't really get the feeling that she might not make it this time. You also don't get really, like, diverse side quests. It's all the same. Like, literally, I think 5 side quests, or like 5 quests, actual quests they go on, and each of them is literally the same. Like, everything that happens is the same. So after 2 quests, okay, the next 3 will be exactly like this. So yeah, I didn't like that really. It's a good premise, but the execution was lacking, in my opinion. So that's why I'm unhauling this. I don't see myself rereading it, even though I liked it a lot. Well, a lot, even though I liked it and enjoyed it, I don't see myself rereading it, so I'm gonna probably sell it on Vinted. If you're interested, I'm gonna put my link down below. And yeah, so this is gonna go to a home that will love it more than I do. Then I am giving away or selling, whatever, my Six of Crows duology. Now hear me out. It's not because I didn't like them, it's because I have a prettier edition now. So this was the edition that I initially bought. It's a special edition, but like, it's not limited, you can buy it. Still, it's a collector's edition, I think. And I think that these are actually pretty cute. What I love and why I wanted to keep them for so long is because they have like these character cards in the very back of the book. But my edition has even prettier ones. Not like this, but like the characters are on the cover. So I'm gonna give these away. I don't really have a particular these don't have a sentimental value to me. I didn't annotate, so I can give them away. And I'm gonna show you my new edition, which is the Illumicrid one. These are what they look like. These sprayed edges say no more, there's no funerals. I love it. And yeah, these are the covers. They are literally like game cards. I love it. I'm gonna do a YouTube short or an Instagram reel probably about these books, showing them in detail, because this is not the place or the video for it. But if you want to check them out, I probably posted it already, so you can check out my Instagram or my YouTube channel. Maybe I have it on both. These next two books I also unhauled in my last video, my Read It or Unhaul It, which is To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. I initially wanted to keep this because I was like, yeah, I liked it, but it wasn't like anything special. But I want to have a library one day where I'm like, okay, tell me what you want to read. And then a super niche like request comes in and I'm like, you know, this is for you. But then I'm like, why should I have a book on my shelf that I would not be rereading and that I did not love? You know, why would I give the space away? I can still request it to the person, but I just don't have to give it to her, you know? Like, she'll probably buy it herself, or he will probably buy the book themselves. I don't think they will lend it from me. So this goes away, even though it was fine. And then I have the Sebastian Fitzek's The Joshua Profile. I have it in German. Listen, I gave this a 4-star, and I really liked it when I read it. But I swear to you, like 2 days afterwards, I couldn't remember a thing. Like, every book that I read, I can tell you the plot, the characters, literally anything. I can tell you anything if you ask me about it. But with this book, it's so forgettable, I can't even tell you what it's about. Like, I just read the synopsis yesterday and I forgot it again. So this is a pretty forgettable book, which, even though I liked it, is a reason for me to give it away or unhaul it. Because what is a book that I don't remember a thing out of supposed to be doing on my shelves, you know? Then I have a German book again, which is Leaving Was the Hardest Part by Rabia Doan. I talked about this book in my mid-year freakout text somewhere on my channel. Basically, I wasn't so happy with this book, but it's a trilogy and I like the other 2 books, so I'm keeping this. But I have another one. Oh, lost the card it came with. So basically, I have 2 of these copies because one of them got damaged real bad in the mail. It has like it's like damaged. This is just one part of it. And I was waiting for this for so long because the other 2 books were great. And this is even signed. So, yeah. But the place I bought this from sent me a second book, which was great. Love that. So yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know, sell this or give this away. I'm keeping the other copy though, even though I didn't like it too much because I like a trilogy to be complete. And I also annotated it because I thought it would be as good as the other ones. So it's what it is. But this copy is gonna find a new home for itself, and yeah. Then we have The Secret Garden, which I also am just giving away because I have a more beautiful copy of it. It's on my shelf though. Should I get it? I haven't read this yet though. I have to read it still. But I have the Cranford Classic, and let me show you. Okay, so I decided to show you my edition that I'm keeping because it's so gorgeous. It's this one, The Secret Garden. Look at that. I love it. I have so many Cranford Classics. Guys, if you want Cranford Classics, go into your local TJ or TK Maxx. I swear I have all of my Cranford Classics. I bought them at TK Maxx for 10 euros only. The only one that I wasn't able to find is the one that I actually wanted, which I was looking for actively. was Pride and Prejudice, but I found Pride and Prejudice at the Portobello Road Market in London. So the next book that I'm unhauling is this one, which is Die Gärten von Istanbul by Ahmet Ümit. This is a Turkish, like, criminal mystery, I think it's called. I bought this randomly one day when I was book, like, shopping. I was looking for a book, this sounded interesting, so I bought it. It was actually really good, I loved this book. And I also do remember what happened in this, but I don't see myself rereading it just because I know the ending, like I know who did it, and even though I really liked how this book made me feel, like I was so immersed in the story, and this is a book where it takes you along the story it goes. Like, this is very, like, history heavy. In some parts it takes you through the history of Istanbul, how it got from Constantinople to Istanbul, and it's very interesting the way it makes you feel as if you are, you know, at a museum and you're seeing all these different eras and they're, you know, telling you about it while you're looking at it, and that's what this kind of felt like, plus the mystery that it was, like, trying to solve. But as I said, I'm not seeing myself rereading this because look at this chunk of a book. Yeah, but I do really love this, so if you are Turkish or German, I don't know if this has an English copy, you can look it up, Ahmet Ümit. But yeah, if you can read German or Turkish, I would advise you to try this out. And it also says that it's a bestseller in Turkey, so you may already know this one. And yeah, but I'm gonna give this away. What I actually wanted to show you is how floppy this book is. I know that. Like, look at that. If you slightly hear, like, bird noises or wind, it's because I opened my balcony's door because it's so warm in here. Yeah, so it's not a sound effect or something. Next two books that I am unhauling, one of them I read and one of them I didn't read, are Maktub by Paulo Coelho, and a collection of Seneca's texts. I literally can't read. So basically I bought this, like these two, and another one, a, like, collection of Khalil Gibran's work. I bought those three books together, and I really did not like this one because it felt so flat for me. There were some quotes where I was like, okay, I love that. And I wrote those down, so I still have them. I also annotated it because I thought I would love this more. I'm still gonna give it away though because I don't want this on my shelf. I really had a hard time getting through this because it was so flat, in my opinion. Like, I had high hopes for this because I was seeing it all over social media, but I did not like it, to be honest. Yeah, so this is gonna go away. And then, I don't know what got into me that I bought this. I was, like, on a philosophical trip, I guess, but, like, I don't see myself reading this, so I'm gonna unhaul it too. The one from Khalil Gibran, it's there on my nightstand. I'm gonna keep reading that because I wanted to unhaul that one as well, to be honest. But I was going through the book and, you know, seeing where I have, like, quotes that I liked. I wanted to write them out. And I was like, okay, well, I kind of like it. Let me keep reading because I didn't like it at first. It was like Maktub for me. But then I continued reading and I really liked what I was reading. So I was like, you know what, let me give this book a second chance. So yeah, that's the one that's gonna stay. Where is it? Well, you can see it, it's there. Then I have a book that I just never finished. Like, it wasn't bad or anything, but, like, I just didn't finish it. Even though I was, like, halfway through, I'm seeing right now, which is Offene by Benjamin Myers. I think this is originally an English book, like the original language is English, but I just saw this edition and cover and I was like, this looks amazing. Let me read it. And the premise, like the synopsis, was also very nice. It's basically about a young guy who goes on an adventure after World War II and tries to find the beauties in life, or even finds it. He finds a friend in a very old woman that has a cottage somewhere in England, and they spend a few nice nights together, not in a creepy way, you guys. Very platonic, cute friendship. And the vibes are so immaculate in this. I would say this is just vibes, like no plot, just vibes. If you want to feel lighthearted and kind of summer evenings, you know, living in a little cottage type of way, and you can smell the sea from a distance, this is what to go for. Right now, while talking about it, I kind of want to get into it again. Because, well, as I said, I was like halfway through, and I also still remember what I read, like what happened up until this point. The thing is, I don't know how this ends, but it's not much. I think, you know what? I'm gonna keep this book. I'm gonna try to finish it because I really love it. Actually, let me see if I can find the English edition of this so I can tell you guys what it's about. Okay, so this is what the English cover looks like. It's called The Offing. Let me actually see what it's like. Let me tell you what it's about. So, one summer following the Second World War, Robert Appleyard sets out on foot from his Durham village. 16 and the son of a coal miner, he makes his way across the northern countryside until he reaches the former smuggling village of Robin Hood's Bay. There he meets Dulcie, an eccentric, worldly, older woman who lives in a ramshackle cottage facing out to the sea. Staying with Dulcie, Robert's life opens into one of rich foods, sea swimming, sunburn, and poetry. The two come from different worlds, yet as the summer months pass, they form an unlikely friendship that will profoundly alter their futures. Which sounds amazing, and it also feels as amazing as it sounds when you read it. The thing is, I think, like, I don't know why I didn't finish it, but you know what, I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna continue reading it. I'm gonna keep you updated on it, guys, because this sounds amazing. Wait! It says, soon to be a major film starring Helena Bonham Carter. Are we for real? I did not know this. Let me Google that real quick. So this was published 2019. It's not that old. Ah, okay, interesting. It's gonna come out next year. I didn't know that. That looks nice. Okay, cool. So this is going to be a movie next year, which I'm gonna watch probably. But like, yeah, as you just saw, I'm gonna keep the book. I'm gonna read it because it sounds amazing. It just does. So this goes back on the shelf. And our next book is XOXO by XEO. Listen, the thing is, I started this book and it was really K-drama-ish, which I love K-dramas, but this was a lot. Like, this was one of those funny K-dramas that you don't take too seriously, and it doesn't take itself too seriously. Like, it has those random, strange special effects that just look funny and tacky, but like, it's funny because they know it looks that way. But yeah, it's too much that vibe. So I'm probably not gonna read it, which is why I'm unhauling it. I even forgot about this. I forgot that it was still here, literally lying around. So yeah, I'm not gonna read it. Then we have King of Wrath by Anna Huan. This is the German one, that's why it's so thick. This was a gift from an old friend. I hated this. I DNF'd this. It was so bad. I don't like this. Okay, now we have this bad boy here. Okay, listen. This was so interesting. Like, it was such an interesting read. I started it. I don't know how far I got, but like, I started to read this when I was in Turkey, when it was like 30 degrees outside, and when we were literally on vacation. I don't know what thought process was behind this, but like, yeah. So I couldn't get through this because this was when was this published? I bought this when it was newly published, and it was just too much info dumping for me in the beginning. It was too many perspectives, too many like new things all together on, it was very overwhelming, which is why I just didn't want to read it. It sounded like a really good book though, so if you love this, I trust you. I imagine how or why you love this, but I'm not gonna get into it again, so I can give it away. I have the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, which I also was gifted by an old friend, because she was like, well, I know you like cinnamon buns, so here's a book that has it in its title. And I'm like, girl, that's cool and nice of you that you thought of that, but like, have you not read the premise? Do you not know what this is about? Because I got this gifted when I was just getting into romance, and for a long time romance wasn't really my genre. I slowly got into it though, but this has so much spice. I don't like spice that much. I don't like it when it's unnecessary, and I feel like in this book it's unnecessary. So I'm not gonna read it. I started, or like I flipped through, but I knew these were books that had spice in it and like where the romance came in later on, so I'm not gonna read it. Not my cup of tea, so I'm gonna give this away. Yeah. I have The Shining by Stephen King. I bought this before I knew what type of guy Stephen King is, so as soon as I found out, I was like, okay, good thing I didn't read it yet and didn't waste my time on it, so I'm just gonna. Then I have Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. So I started this, but this was also not my cup of tea. At the end, I felt pretty early on. I think I didn't even get to the part where she travels back in time, because I just couldn't keep reading. So yeah, I'm gonna give this away. So the next few books are short, and they are all within the same reason why I don't want them anymore. So I'm gonna show you all of them together. So these are all Turkish books. As you might know, I'm Turkish, like my grandparents came to Germany from Turkey, and since then my family has been living here. So my Turkish is okay, I would say. And I can talk to other people in Turkish. I understand Turkish when they are talking to me. But I can't really, I can read Turkish books, but I just take more time reading them or getting through them because it's so, I do understand them, but I take a lot of time trying to understand them, so I'm just not gonna keep them. Plus, these are all from Osamu Dazai, which I also don't want to read anymore. I was in my Osamu Dazai phase. I never read any book of, any of his books, but, I was in a phase when I read the No Longer Human manga that's somewhere on this shelf, and it's from Junji Ito, which is one of my favorite mangakas in the world, okay? So he made a manga about about the novel No Longer Human, and it was brilliant. And I was like, okay, if the manga is brilliant, the book has to be brilliant, but I never got around to reading it. Because when I ordered the English copy, it never arrived. And then I was in Turkey and found the Turkish copy, and I was like, well, let me get this. And then I saw all his other books because they looked so pretty. Let me show you actually. So this is No Longer Human. Look at this gorgeous cover, you guys. Then look at this. Beautiful. I don't even know what these, what the actual original titles of these are. So don't even ask me. I just bought them because they're pretty. I literally just bought these because I saw this and was like, okay, I wanted to read this anyway. And because of the beautiful covers. I don't know any of the other books. So yeah, but it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. Ooh. Gorgeous. Well, I do like the vibe. Gorgeous. Beautiful. Also beautiful. But I'm not gonna read these, so I don't want to waste this much space on my shelf. So in our hallway we have a tiny little shelf where we put all our unhauled books, like all of us, and it's like an open free library for our guests. So if there are people that see anything that spikes their interest and they want to take it, just take it and go. Like, you don't even have to bring it back. So yeah, these are gonna go on that shelf. I don't think anyone is gonna like take these with them, but I'm still gonna leave it there in case someone finds these interesting. The other book that I just didn't show you is also a Turkish one. This is nonfiction about having a better memory, like having a strong memory. Okay, so that's it. This is a long video. I did not think that this would take me so much time. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's any book on this list in this video where you are like, you have to read or finish this, let me know down below and let me know why. Maybe I will, and maybe I'll love it. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.